Tremendous, Lord Tremendous here. Got yet another battle report here for ya. 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous, that's me of the Warriors of Chaos, versus Token Gal of the Lizardmen. That's right. I guess she saw what everybody was putting on there asking for another Lizardman fight, because she actually texted me and called me out. Called me a coward and everything. Real quick, I guess, I don't know who, but somebody who watches my battle reports has contacted her and apparently is a ringer and helped her design a new Lizardman list. So this is the resulting battle, and let me tell you, it was a hell of a fight. It was a really good list, and that's really cool, the way people are coming together and helping out other people with lists and stuff like that. That's very cool. I hope that continues to happen. This is my list. A little bit of a change, not a huge amount, just a little bit. I've got my General as my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He's got the Mark of Tzeentch, Chaos Armor, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Flaming Breast, Scaled Skin, Soul Feeder. I have my Sorcerer Lord, the Jade Mage, who's a level 3 wizard with the Chalice of Chaos, Chaos Familiar, and the Laura Medal. My hero choices are an Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Tzeentch. He's Mark Tzeentch, BSB, Demonic Mount, Great Weapon Shield, Talisman of Preservation, and Third Eye Tzeentch. Last but not least is my Chaos Sorcerer, Astrakus the Muse. He's Marcus Slaanesh. He's a level 2 wizard. He's on a Steed of Slaanesh, the Slickness. He's got an Enchanted Shield, Skullikatam, and Lore Slaanesh. My core choices are a unit of 5 Chaos Warhounds with Scaled Skin, a unit of 5 Chaos Warhounds with no skin, 10 Chaos Warriors, Jade Shards with Mark Tzeentch, Full Command, Hand Weapon Shield, and the Gleaming Pendant. And 3 Chariots. The Vessel of Change is Mark Tzeentch, the Rock and Roll is Mark Korn, and Lady Elizabeth is Mark Slaanesh. My special choices are a unit of 5 Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, with Banners, Spears, and Shields, and 5 Chaos Knights, the Teeth of Tzeentch, with Mark Tzeentch, Banner Musician, and Sorcelled Weapons, Banner of Eternal Flame. My rare choices consist of my Hell Cannon, and the one, the only, my Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list is as follows. She had a Slan Mage Priest as her general. He was a level 4 wizard with the Channeling Staff, the Obsidian Amulet, the Reservoir of Eldritch Energy, and I have no idea what that does, Harmonic Convergence, and the Lore of Death. That's right, it was an evil frog. His hero choices were a Scarvet as his BSB on a Cold One with the Great Weapon, Dragon Helm, and the Dawnstone. Second Scarvet on a Cold One with a Great Weapon, and the Sacred Stegaton Helm of whatever. It's the funny looking helmet that makes him toughness 6 and gives him impact hits. He also had a Skink Priest as a level 1 wizard with the Shrieking Blade, the Cube of Darkness, and the Lore of Heavens, as well as a second Skink Priest as a level 2 wizard with the Dispel Scroll and the Lore of Beasts. Her core choices were 3 units of 10 Skinks with Javelins and Shields, a unit of 44 Saurus Warriors. Yeah, that's that big red blob behind us there on the background, with Banner Musician, Spears, and Shields. Her special choices were a unit of 22 Temple Guard with Standard Musician and Razor Standard, 3 Pterodons with Fire Leech Bolas, and a Bastiladon with the Solar Engine. Also, she had a unit of 6 Cold One Riders with Standard and Musician. So she had all the really cool stuff. Here are my spells, 4 from Metal, 2 from Slaanesh, and 1 from the Beast. And here are her spells. She does not have cards, and so you get this fabulous slide, which consists of the Slan having Spirit Leech, Caress of Lanamph, Soul Blight, and Fate of Boonja, Bujuna, whatever. Her level 2 Skink had Wizen's Wild Form and Amber Spear, and the level 1 Skink had the Comet. Here's deployment, and for the most part, my big horde of guys were going after her big horde of guys, while my Mutalith and Hell Cannon were going to work on the chaff. Everything else was, I was going to try to get a hold of the Skinks and slam all 3 Chariots into the big old nasty unit of Saurus Warriors. I put my Chariots there with my dogs in the vague hope that she would charge that big horde brick into the forest, maybe going after my dogs. and then I could hit her with all three chariots while she's in the forest. Just win combat by a couple, hopefully, well, as many as I could, but win combat. She's not steadfast in the forest, make her break, and get all those juicy, juicy points. But, well, you'll see how that all works out. Here's my opponent's right flank. They're in the top left there, well, top middle left, whatever, is the first unit of skinks. In front of them is the pterodons with the firebolas. The other unit of skinks on the right there, I believe, have the Lore of Heavens, the level 1 caster in them. Not 100%. Kind of looks like them, though. Here's my opponent's center, and from left to right, there's the Temple Guard with her Slan. The huge brick of 44 Saurus warriors with spears and shields. Behind them is the Bastillodon. The little red mass there is the 6 cold ones with Bolskar veterans attached, BSB, and just random hero, as well as another unit full of skinks with her level 2 Lore Beast caster in there. I think I've got that right. This is my right flank. There's my Hellstriders with Ashkiss on the right there. My Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. And of course my Knights, the Teeth of Tzeentch. Here's my center. Top right there is both units of dogs. The painted ones have scaled skin. The unpainted ones don't have any skin. There's my bunker unit of warriors with my level 3 Sorcerer Lord in there. There's my Khorne Chariot. There's my Slaanesh Chariot. There's my BSB. And of course the Hell Cannon. Last but not least, there's the Beast, holding the left flank, all by his lonesome. So here's top of 1 after movement, and as you can see, I didn't go first. I didn't want to go first. That's what happened. But yeah, she moves her skinks forward pretty far. Her Cold One riders come right up because they're not afraid of anything. And the Temple Guard, the warriors, and the Bastillodon don't move an inch. I guess there was no point. He's able to get Doom and Darkness off on my Demon Prince in her magic phase because, well, there's really nothing I had to dispel other things, so I decided to let this one go. And other than that, her shooting didn't do anything, so we go on to bottom of 1 after movement. And here you go. Notice all the skinks are currently fleeing. And my chariot, Tzeentch Chariot, made it into the Cold One Knights all by himself. Really what happened was the Mutalith charged the skinks on the left flank and they fled and got away. The Khorne Chariot charged the skinks in the middle and it fled and got away. My BSB ran up to either go after the skinks or the Temple Guard, depending on what I wanted. And over on the right side, the Knights charged the skinks. They fled, got away. So my Hellstriders charged them and they rolled an 11. They almost made it off the table, but as you can see, they're still on there, so they didn't. Hellstriders do fail to catch them. I am not redirecting into the cold ones because that's suicide. So in the meantime, my dogs move up to kind of block the overrun from the from the Cold One Knights in case they kill my chariot. And the other dogs run up to try to get his Saurus warriors to charge. Other than that, the warriors come up, so I got better range, and the Hell Cannon stays right where he's at because that's a huge brick of Saurus warriors to shoot at. There's all the placement. There's the Demon Prince, the Knights, and the Hellstriders all failing their charge. And there's, yeah, that sucks. However, the Tzeentch Chariot made it and slams into him. I'm like, well, okay, that's better than nothing, I guess. I almost caught those skinks. That's where they ended up on the table. Just another few inches and they'd have been gone. More failed charges right here. And notice the skinks are fleeing for their lives. And even more failed charges right here. And the skinks are continuing to run for their lives. In that last picture, when the skinks fled over the dangerous terrain, one did actually fail his dangerous terrain test and die. So that was cool. During my magic phase, the beast is able to get his spell off. I roll a 1, so they now cause fear for the rest of the game, but 2 of them die, so that's pretty cool. The rest of my magic is garbage, so we go into combat, and unbelievable, I do 5 impact hits, which was excellent. 3 of them wound. She makes all 3 of her 4-up armor saves. Yeah, the unit cannot be touched. So in combat, I send everything after her BSB thinking, hey, maybe I can character snipe since I've lost this combat anyway. I hit and wound 4 times at -2. Unfortunately, I didn't know at the time that she had the Dawnstone, which is, normal because we play closed lists. But yeah, she makes all of her armor saves except for one. One actually slips through. The return attacks get two through on my chariot. I end up losing this combat because while I did a charge and a wound, she does two wounds, two banners. So I lose by two, but my chariot stays. So yeah, yeah, that is the toughest unit of Saurus Warrior or Saurus Cold One Knights I've ever seen. So we go to top of two after movement, and the Saurus Warriors charge the dogs. And I thought about fleeing, and then I thought, you know what? She's going to need a 10 to hit my chariot, and she'll need a 12 to hit my warriors. So I'm going to stay here, let the dogs die. Even if she overruns, I've still got a pretty good chance that she's not going to be able to stop me. And then I'll send in both of my chariots, maybe my warriors, my BSB, maybe even my Demon Prince, depending on whether or not he can see, and take out the Saurus Warriors that way. Because when I shot at him last turn with my Hell Cannon, I missed. I hit it, I put it pretty much right in the center of the block, and I missed by just enough. I didn't touch anything the way it deviated. So isn't that awesome? So I decided, I'll do that. Meanwhile, her pterodons fly around to the side of the Mutolith to harass him a little bit, and all three units of skinks rally absolutely no problem. There's a better picture of the dogs about to be slaughtered. Magic and shooting is a wash, so yeah, there's a better picture of the dogs getting slaughtered. In combat over here, again, I put 3 wounds through on her unit. Granted, it's only -2, but I'm striking before all of them. So between the riders, 4 attacks, three of them wound at -2. She makes all of her armor saves again. The horses actually wound once, and she makes that armor save, but that was a 3-up. That's not a shock. Her cold ones aren't able actually to do anything. Her riders aren't able to do anything. It's her great weapon toting Scar veterans that eat my lunch and end up killing my chariot. So although I have done almost 10 wounds to this unit, only 1 on the BSB has gotten through because they apparently have armor made of kryptonites, tempered steel, and the tears of orphans or something. I don't know. I can't get through it. It's amazing. The resulting panic check for the dogs that were within 6 inches causes them to flee, which is great because now they're out of the way. And we go to bottom of 2 after movement. And as you can see, there's been a little bit. My Demon Prince and my Knights charged the cold ones. Only my Knights made it. The Hellstriders charged the furthest back unit of skinks, and although they lose 3 of their number, they do make it. Both chariots make it into the Saurus warriors, and my warriors fail to make it. My BSB goes into the Temple Guard in the off hope that, hey, just maybe I'll be able to kill him off. And the Mutolith goes over to deal with the Pterodons because they're annoying the hell out of me. Meanwhile, the Hell Cannon stays still because at movement 3, there's really no point in him moving at all. And although his shot is really cool, he's still, I've fallen into that hole. He's 210 points that sits in the back and does nothing if he's missing. So I'm starting to fall out of love with the Hell Cannon. I'm not really sure yet. I don't like that many points just sitting in my backfield doing literally nothing. There's a better picture of the Hellstriders and Ashkis. They make the charge, but 3 of them get killed on the way in. And there's a better picture of my Corn Chariot and my Celestial Chariot making it into Saurus Warriors. And yes, my Corn Chariot did pass his dangerous terrain check on a 2, so that was awesome. During the magic phase, the Beast is able to get his spell off on the Pterodons, makes him stupid for the rest of the game. But I'm going to let you know right now, not only do these crazy little bastards pass every single one of their stupidity checks, but they also pass every single one of their checks to March at like leadership 6. Cold-blooded makes him like leadership 10. Everything's leadership 10 if you're cold-blooded. Over here in combat, I am able to kill off a few of the skinks, win combat by enough to make them run off the table. I do pursue after him just in case, and I get devastating charge of my remaining 2 Hellstriders. Excuse me. Over here, my BSB runs in, gets into combat, does nothing. I flub spectacularly. And he loses by 1. I think I take that back. I think I do end up doing some wounds. I think I killed 2. So 2 charge, banner to 3 ranks, banner. And then he had a musician. So he wins by 1. I need a 7 to stay. I roll a 9 and a 10. And he breaks and he dies. I only lost by 1. And I expected to lose. I didn't expect to break and die. So that sucks. But it's kind of the downward spiral that I'm experiencing during this game. So, what can you do? It is what it is. In combat over here, the knights get in there. They're able to actually kill one of the damn cold ones. They do a significant amount of wounds. I do 7 wounds at -2. They have a 4-up armor save against me, and she makes 6 out of her 7 armor saves. Only one cold one knight dies. The returning attacks kill. Oh, well, their cold ones don't do anything, or the riders, but the 2 great weapon toting sons of bitches, they killed 2 of my knights, so my charge, banner, wound to 2 banners and 2 wounds. I lose by like 1 again. I fail my break check. I flee. I get away, but the banner bearer dies. So this is just going awesome. Over here, I actually do pretty well. Impact hits and combat and everything like that. I end up killing about 8 or 9 of his Saurus warriors. And I take 3 wounds on my Slaanesh chariot and a wound on my Khorne chariot. At strength 4, guys. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I take a ton of wounds. I do a ton of wounds. They're steadfast, and they stick it out. I did not realize it at the time, but they are in the damn forest. The majority of them are in the forest. They should not have been steadfast. My mistake in this situation. I'm just realizing it now as I'm looking at the picture. But it happens. What can you do? And with the Slan right there, I'm pretty sure that she rolled like a 2 or something. I think I remember her rolling like snake eyes, to be honest with you. So it's not that big of a deal, but a little frustrating. A little frustrating. So here's top of 3 after movement. And as you can see, I'm running out of emphasis. The pterodons have absolutely no problem. Or I'm sorry, the pterodons have absolutely no problem flying. They're making their march block check and flying over the hell cannon, dropping rocks along the way. The cold ones and the 2 Scar veterans slam into my demon prince, who has to take because he's unbreakable. And the Temple Guard and the Bastildon move up to deal with the 2 chariots that are bugging the Saurus warriors because everything else is dead and failing. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, there's a picture of the pterodons that flew over the hell cannon and put 3 wounds on him and killed off all 3 of the handlers, if you can believe that. The resulting failed monster reaction check results in my hell cannon going. He rolled a 3, so we got that roar thing. So now he's unbreakable, immobile, and since he can't shoot at anything with the closest unit, as long as that unit of pterodon stays within 12 inches or less, I can't shoot at him. So right now they're like 8 inches away. So I can't shoot even if I pass all my checks. Even if I fail, it doesn't matter. He's not moving. But I have to turn to face, which counts as a move. But once he's looking at him, it doesn't matter because I can't shoot because the range of the hell cannon is 12 to 60. One more reason I'm not overly fond of the damn hell cannon. But yeah, that she successfully completely disarmed my hell cannon. Not that it did anything this game, but you get my point. Here's a better picture of the unkillable kryptonite encased cold one knights. God help me. During this magic phase, she gets doom and darkness off on my demon prince, and I let it go because he's unbreakable. And let's face it, leadership 9, leadership 6, he ain't helping anybody right now. In combat, I flub spectacularly once again. 10 attacks plus 4 from the damn horses, and I'm only able to kill 2 Saurus warriors. They're able to not only put enough wounds through to kill both my chariots off, but laughably so. I'm very, very disappointed in the way I've played this game so far. And in combat, I issue a challenge just because I figured, one guy throwing strength 7 attacks at me is better than multiple guys. And if she declined it, I figured I'd send the BSB to the back and work on the unit and hopefully kill off some. But at -3, this crazy thing's got a 4-up an armor save only, so I'm hoping to be able to kill it. And I am able to put 1 wound through. I do like 4 wounds, 3 or 4 wounds to the thing. At -3, I only get 1 through, but it's half dead, and I take a wound for my trouble. He's able to get a wound through on me. He ends up winning this combat, but I'm unbreakable, so he doesn't care. So we go to bottom of 3 after movement, and for the most part, it stays the same. The warriors try to charge the Bastillodon and fail because that's what my warriors do. They fail me. The Mutolith charges the skinks that have been harassing him, and they flee and get away. And my Demon Prince is in combat. The Hellstriders run over on the hill to go after the skinks with the other wizard in it because, hey, I'll take 70 points where I can get them when I'm failing this miserably. There's a failed charge from my fail warriors. That's why you guys are a bunker now and not an actual unit. And there's a failed charge for the Mutolith. The only reason he failed is because the skinks fled, and they fled rather well. So they get away. And the Knights rally, but I leave them right there because, hey, it's all about points denial at this point, and 2 Knights ain't going to help me with the amount of fail I'm experiencing during this game. During the magic phase, the Mutolith gets a spell off on the fleeing skinks and kills all but 4 of them, and they are now stupid for the rest of the game. So they cause fear, and they're stupid. So that's fun. In combat, every single wound that I try to put on him, he saves. No problem, no issues with it whatsoever. I even use Flaming Breath on him at this point. Nothing gets through. She makes all of her armor saves. All of her 2-up and 4-up armor saves, she makes no problem on the Scarvet that has the Stegodon helm. So yeah, nothing I can do against Kryptonite and raw unkillableness, I guess. So here's top of 4 after movement, and I'm not sure if it was the Temple Guard or the Stars Warriors that charged the Warriors, but I fled because I just didn't feel like losing them yet. Meanwhile, his skinks that fled from Mutolith rally and turn to face him, and the other skinks on the hill come after the Hellstriders. Other than that, his Bastillodon moves up a few inches, and that's about it. There's the Warriors and the Jade Mage running away from certain death. And there's a picture of the skinks getting closer to my Hellstriders, which is fine with me. They do end up shooting and killing another Hellstrider, but now they're too close to do anything but die to my awesome. So, yeah, during combat, I do 4 wounds, I think it is, at -3 to this effing Scar Veteran with 1 wound left. She makes all of her armor saves, no problem. I mean, literally no problem. Like turning on a water faucet or kicking an orphan. It's just there was no hesitation, no worry, no concern. And her counterattacks aren't able to hurt me, but holy God, what do I gotta do? She can't stop making her armor saves. There's nothing I can do here. So we go to bottom of 4. And my Warriors rally, my Mutolith makes it into the skinks, the 4 remaining skinks, and the Hellstrider and Ashkus make it into the other unit of skinks with the wizard in there. I'm doing what I can with what I got. There's a better picture of the beast into the skinks. And there's a better picture of the Hellstriders into the skinks. Hellstrider and Ashkus. During my magic phase, I get transmutational let off on his Saurus Warrior or Saurus Cold One unit, and now I'm thinking, all right, at -4 to your armor save, you have a 5-up armor. There's no way you're gonna survive this one. I've got this, no problem. This is all me, baby. I'm finally gonna kill this Scar Veteran. I have a chance of winning combat. That's awesome. So we go to combat, and Mutolith easily devours the 4 remaining skinks. In combat over here, I get 2 wounds off on her. Because remember, I'm hitting on 3s, but I'm wounding on 4s. 2 wounds at -4 now because of the transmutational lead. Lowers their armor save value by 1. She rolls a 5 and a 6. I don't even know. I don't even know what to do. How do you get vengeance on Lizardmen? Do I go to like an Aztec burial ground and piss on the graves? Because I'm willing to do it at this point. It's just amazing. She's not cheating. She's not doing anything wrong. She's simply rolling her dice, and she's rolling nothing but victory. Seriously, after the game, I stole some of her dice when she wasn't looking just because I need them to talk to my dice. Although my dice aren't doing anything wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've really screwed this game up. I deserve to lose this game. But this combat I wanted to win, and that Scar Veteran must have been touched by the old ones, like Altar Boy touched, because he is just impossible to kill. And it's driving me crazy. So we go to top of 5 after movement, and as you can see, at this point, I've given up trying to get away and trying to be tactical or smart. I'm sorry, I didn't get a picture of it, but my Hellstriders are able, and Ashkas are able to kill a bunch of the skinks, and then when they break, they run them down. But in top of 5, you can see kind of they're over by that tablet that's up on the stand there in the back. That's where they ended up after the overrun. In her turn, she charges the warriors or Saurus warriors into my warriors, and at this point, she's earned it, so I stand. The Bastillodon also charges into the warriors, and like I said, she's earned it, so I stand. The Temple Guard in this land just kind of do the Overwatch thing, just to enjoy the show, and that's really about it. Everything else is dead. The Pterodons stay right where they're at because there's no point in moving away from the Hell Cannon because he's successfully neutered. The Pterodons fire off their shots at the Hell Cannon and then slip a wound through on him. And during combat, I lose my Sorcerer Lord, I lose 2 warriors, I do pretty much nothing back. I think I may kill 1 or 2 Saurus warriors, not enough to do anything. And I believe I break and get run down. Yeah, I break and I get run down. So that worked out great. I don't expect much from the warriors anymore. That's why they're a bunker unit. And then over here, Transmutational Lead is still off. I do 3 wounds. 2 or 3 wounds. I'm not sure exactly how many. I do wounds, though, to this damn Scar Veteran. Again, he's still at -4. He still only has a 5-up armor save. Makes all of our armor saves, no problem. I'm just beside myself at this point. I've lost the game. I expected to lose the game. I know I failed. I know I'm being outplayed. I know I'm doing awful. I mean, my tactics in this game were just non-existent. My ability to play in this game was non-existent. I don't know what my problem was, but I need to get my ass off my shoulders really soon if I expect to win ever again. But this combat right here, I expected, like, with impact hits, with the knights, with everything that I've done to this unit, all I've done is made them look cooler. 1 cold one has died. The BSB and the other Scarvat have each taken 1 wound, and that's it, because she's making all of her armor saves. And to add insult to injury, she's able to get another wound through on my Demon Prince during this combat. She's been winning all these combats. My stomach is hurting at this point. I'm so angry. I don't know what to do. So, bottom of 5 after movement, and there's really nothing for me to do. The Mutalith runs over to harass the Temple Guard. The Hellstriders and Ashkis comes over to harass the Temple Guard, but they're not going to charge them because I choose life. The Beast makes them cause fear, and they take 2 toughness checks. They pass both, so the Beast just offers them a scary appearance so that they maybe leave him alone. And Ashes gets Lashes Slanesh off and kills a couple of them. That's really about it. Over here in combat, I do another 2 or 3 wounds to her Scar Veteran. I'm not surprised when she makes all of her armor saves, but I am surprised when she rolls her attacks back, hits wounds, and kills my Demon Prince. She killed my Demon Prince with a 120, 130 point hero choice. I don't know who helped her make this kit, but brah fucking oh, because damn it, I couldn't do anything. I did 1 wound to each character, and I killed 1 Cold One Rider. That's it. This kit is dangerous. I am looking forward to fighting it again because, wow, I can't imagine that her armor save ability is going to be that top notch again because of all the rents and dents I've put in the armor. So, yeah, the Demon Prince dies to a superior opponent, and what can you do? We thought it was bottom of 6. Turns out it was bottom of 5. We lost a round in there somewhere. If it had gone another round, she would have had me even more so. I mean, obviously, look at the table. You can tell who won. The skinks are missing from her army. Everything else is fine. So yeah, for the most part, At some point during the game, I must have screwed up the turn counter, and because we thought it was bottom of six, but as I do the battle report, I realize it's only the bottom of five, so we miss a whole turn. But she didn't need it. Everything's dead except for my knights, my Hellstrider, Ashkus, and the Mutalith, and the Hell Cannon. But she's got plenty of points to win this game. I am not going to be able to do anything with what I have left to anything she has. So yeah, it's game over, and she won masterfully. But we'll get to the recap in a minute because right now it's time for a quick timeout. Banners, banners, banners. Look at the banners. I know you want the banners. I know you need the banners. I know you can't live without the banners. So stop trying. Send this guy an email. Check him out on Facebook. Hell, he's got a Pinterest account. Check him out, guys. He's got solid, excellent quality banners for sale. They're good price. You're going to spend more on fast food than you are on one of these banners. They are outstanding. Check him. Don't take my word for it. Don't take this picture for it. Go to his Facebook page. Check him out. And after you're done checking him out, leave him a message. Just tell him what you're looking for. Tell him what you're thinking. And he'll give you a concept idea. And you're going to fall in love with it. And you're going to want it. And you're going to get it. Because why? You can't live without it. Send this guy an email. Check him out on Facebook. Get a banner. It's totally worth it. Tokens, fellas. Tokens, tokens, tokens. Wound counters, augment markers, hex markers, every status, ailment, and effect you can think of, from not being able to move to the lore attributes to the lore hexes and bonuses that they provide. Everything that you can think of that you could need a marker for, that we use dice for. Token Grail makes the tokens. Send her an email, tell her what you need. Any gaming system, from Magic the Gathering to Infinity to Malifaux to 40k to Fantasy, whatever you need tokens for, she will make them, and they come out they're flawless. Look at them. They're the glass beads. They magnify the words in the picture, so they're really easy to see from the tabletop and everything like that. They're a lot more accurate than dice, and they're dirt cheap, guys. She sells them for less than $10 a kit. Dirt cheap prices, solid gold quality. Totally worth it. Send her an email, get yourself some tokens. The only request that I make is that if you are overseas, if you're outside of America, before you send her an email, you have to understand that shipping prices are through the roof. So as long as you're okay with paying like $30+ shipping fees, don't send her an email, because it's just going to waste both your times. But if you are in America or you don't mind high shipping fees, then by all means send her an email, get yourself some tokens. Totally worth it. But yeah, we total up points, and I got savagely brutalized by the Savage Lizardmen. It was 440 to 1719. She got like 4 times more points than I did. All I got was skinks and 2 skink priests. She got my everything except for Ashicus, the Hellstriders, the Knights, and the Beast. The Lizardmen lost their skinks and the skink priest. That's it. She mutilated me. It was kind of funny, actually. Like I said, we screwed up and lost a turn. Had we played that one extra turn, she would have just won by more. Probably would have been a table wipe for me, to be honest with you. If she had one more turn, my guess is she'd have sent the Pterodons over to probably try to kill off the Hellstriders and Ashicus. The Slan would have turned around and probably Fate of Boonjud and Crest the Mutalith off the table. Maybe the cold ones would have gone over by the Knights, and I would have been just foolish enough to charge them and then get just face stomped for it. Who knows? But bottom line is we screwed up. We lost a turn, and she still won by a landslide. The one extra turn wouldn't have changed anything other than how much she massacred me by. But so it's really not a huge big deal. This was the most amazing Cold One Knight / Scarvet armor saves I've ever seen. in almost a decade. I've never seen armor saves like that before, even from myself. And I'm notorious for making crazy armor saves. I've seen ward saves like that, but never armor saves. It was frustrating as hell, to just beat on this immovable object like that. But what an amazing unit! What an amazing kit for the two Scar veterans. I got to be honest, I saw two Scar veterans in the Cold One unit, and all I could think was, "Wow, that's a lot of points in that unit, and it's so small. If I can kill it, that's really going to help." And that's why I sent so much after it. And totally a terrible idea because it didn't work at all. But it is what it is, and I can't wait to run into it again, to be honest with you, because I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do to it now that I know what it is. Like I said before in the beginning, the Token Gal got a lot of, or got some help. I shouldn't say a lot, because I honestly don't know exactly how much help she got. For making her new list here by a fellow Battle Report subscriber. So bravo, whoever helped her. You did an outstanding job, and she played this list flawlessly. I mean, yeah, she lost some skinks, but that's what skinks are for, dying and casting support spells. But it was a really good list. It was actually a lot of fun. We laughed a lot during this game, mostly at my expense, but you know what? I can take that. I'm okay with it. But amazing opponent, insane game, and I want a rematch. If you're listening, Token Gal, you're a coward until you face me again on the field of battle, because holy God, could I have a little bit of my self-respect back? I mean, but yeah, eventually I'm gonna beat up a girl. I don't know what it is, but I can't seem to hit a girl in this game, and so yeah. I've gotta beat you at some point. So what I'm gonna do in our next game is I'm just gonna give her like $20, and she's gonna throw the game so I can feel like a man again. No. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this Battle Report number 68. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Probably a little bit more. You didn't get stomped by unkillable cold ones. Or maybe you did. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing right now. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, thanks.